In 2019, Tamara Clayton was driving on I-57 on her way to work when she was shot and killed. Years later, a law passed in her honor that allows cameras to go up along certain Illinois expressways is now taking effect. Amanda Vinicky joins us now with the latest. And Amanda, you report on this as another shooting occurred just today on the Eisenhower Expressway. What's the latest?
Yeah, Paris, unfortunately, that is evidence of Clayton's case. By the way, police have not caught her killer, not being isolated. As you noted, expressway shootings have skyrocketed. In 2018 and in 2019, there were around 50 shootings annually. Last year, that jumped to 128. And by this time in 2020, there were 71 shootings. So far this year, with more than 4 months left of 2021, the Illinois State Police report 158 of these shootings. And Loyola criminologist Arthur Lariggio says this is an issue where Chicago is an outlier.
Major cities have not experienced the same phenomenon. I've talked to police chiefs all over the country about this because I am working on trying to come up with a plan to help Chicago address this problem with violence. And this appears to be unique. And I mean the word unique.
Now, he is not sure why, though he does offer some ideas. Could be because of the easy exits and entrance on expressways. Criminals may feel like they'll have an easier time eluding police. It could also be that in a subculture of violence, this has become normative in certain places. And then it could just be a vicious cycle as well. Stretches of highway about high crime areas of the city, and a conflict in neighborhood streets may carry over to the expressway.
The Eisenhower Expressway has been a place where people come from all over Chicagoland and beyond to buy drugs, get off the expressway, purchase, get back on, go back home.
Just this afternoon, in fact, 290 was closed for a couple of hours to traffic going eastward after state police reported an expressway shooting. 2 gunshot victims self-transported themselves, that is, to a local hospital, police say. And also recently, a special education teacher was shot and killed on her way home from a White Sox game. Now, DePaul transportation expert Joe Schriederman says that these shootings are so arbitrary, someone just trying to get from point A to point B, that this gets extra attention from people and the media.
That sort of plays to people's apprehension that coming into the city carries with it some risk merely by being on the highway. It's really compounds image issues with our city that needs prompt attention.
Another area where we've seen a lot of shootings this year, the Dan Ryan, 51 shootings so far in 2021. Now, given that rise, there has been some criticism. What has taken so long for Illinois to get cameras on the expressways? The Illinois State Police announced Friday that cameras are going up after a law that technically took effect last January. State Representative Thaddeus Jones is sponsor of the law, and he says that it was in part because fiber optic cables had to be installed so that the video was of the very best quality. He also says that originally the plan did not call for these automatic license plate readers, but at the state police recommendations, that has since been included and will be done. He is under no illusion, however, he says that this is going to stop expressway shootings, but it is at least a tool.
Some of the things I want to see out of this is increased patrols, and then increase catching of people who are shooting on our expressways. And then hopefully we see a reduction in the shootings on the expressway. That's my hope.
The American Civil Liberties Union's Ed Yanka is open to this as a tool, but he is skeptical about how cameras really deter criminals in crimes.
What actually resolves crimes are, human resources and human intelligence.
He says if cameras are going to be part of law enforcement's arsenal, then controls need to be put in place because they can also be a powerfully invasive surveillance tool, and tools not just capturing information about those potentially committing violent acts, but also countless others.
Thousands of people each day drive up and down the Dan Ryan Expressway. They go to work, they go to school, they go to church.
Their whereabouts, when, where they're off to are none of the government's business, he says. Now, the law that is named after Clayton does have some limits. It specifies that these cameras are to be used only by law enforcement and for the investigation of offenses involving guns or to detect expressway hazards. The law says they should not be used for petty offenses, so things like speeding. And Yonka says that those are comforting restrictions, but he still has questions. Take, for example, a Friday night. He says if there are no reported events, accidents, incidents, or shootings.
Is the data from that day wiped or is it maintained? How long is it maintained? Could someone go back and use it again for some other purpose? Are there rules in place for who has access to it? And what happens if someone violates those rules?
Representative Jones says that, in his opinion, those concerns are not valid. He says that the ACLU was not involved in negotiations with these laws. He says the sole intent is to curb gun crime.
They should read the bill. And as an organization that supports rights, how about the rights of victims who get killed and shot at on the expressway? They should be ashamed of themselves. I can't believe that they would even bring that up.
Now, I asked the criminologist Lorigio whether he thinks that these cameras and license plate readers will help to catch criminals and or to minimize the rash of shootings on Chicago's expressways. Here's his answer.
It's reasonable to assume that the cameras will make a difference, but it's not answerable until we get some data.
Now, state police say that of the 158 shootings on Chicago area expressways so far this year, they have made 10 arrests. By the way, that figure does not include this afternoon's shooting on the Eisenhower. With that, Paris, back to you.